come down to my local park, and there's a sanctuary here for bin chickens, ibises and whatnot, and I'm going to take some action shots, some still shots, just practicing with my Jerry, calm down, with my bazooka, my 100-400. Look how beautiful this one is. Is this a bin chicken? This looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like a bin chicken. This must be one of the beautiful bin chickens, or maybe it's a baby. Hey Jerry, So the bin chickens do have their beauty. Walking around with it's not too bad. It's a little bit heavy, but I mean, what do you expect? It's a 400mm lens. It's probably easier, I've noticed, I mean, this is the first time I've taken it out, is to leave it in your bag until you get to a spot and then take it out. Okay, here's a massive flock of cockies in this beautiful tree. I'm gonna have to get back. Sometimes it's good just to have that 100 rather than have the 300 or the 400 dedicated. You can go back and take photos of a wider angle, which is always handy having a zoom. And you can't get any closer than this. Look how close they are. Let's get some shots here. I mean, he's just right there. Yeah, it's really close. I mean, there's so many of them around. Hello, mate. Hey, take a photo. Yeah, with the 400, I can get practically. I can see the fleas in there. Come on, focus, Olympus. I'm finding I'm moving back a lot. There's at 100. Sometimes I want to get the scene where they're all in there, or like, you know, with the tree in the background to make it a little bit prettier than just looking at a bloody, you know, a bird all the time. But that's at 100's all right. But I had to move right back. It's probably better if you get to a certain spot and then take it out of your bag. Because if I had to keep on walking around with Jerry with this all bloody day, yeah, it would be. I'm already feeling a bit of fatigue on the hands, and that's one thing you don't want. Muscle fatigue when you're trying to keep this bloody thing steady to take photos of the little birdies. Hey Jerry, I'll show you Jerry. You haven't seen Jerry all day. We're finally out, Jerry. It's spring. Come on, let's go for a photo walk with my 100-400mm Olympus bazooka. Okay, so now I've put it on continuous autofocus. I've got it on sequential shutter speed. I've got it on the square focusing area. Just by flipping it down that back lever, which is pretty cool. A good little fast shortcut when you're doing birds in flight is to use the function lever button on the back of the OM1. You put it on mode 2, and what that does is it switches between the autofocus and auto target modes. What I did, I set up the autofocus target mode to be a single point, and that's for like catching onto the eye, or for, you know, when birds aren't moving fast. And then when I flip the switch, put it onto a bigger target area. So that's for when you want to capture birds in flight. So I look at it as still to action. So from action to still. I leave it on continuous shutter low anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm just waiting for these little guys here to take off, and I'll try and get a shot. Stabilization zoomed in at 400mm. I'm doing the best I can. Jerry, you're at 100mm. Huh? Are you having fun today, Jerry? It's spring, Jerry. No more winter. And you're sniffing again. Alright, Jerry, we've got to stop sniffing and start taking photos of the bin chickens. So this is a good vantage spot here. It's got a little bench. This is that bench. If you saw my bin chicken episode, it's a little bench here. So it's perfect. Oh, I just missed that. It's just a matter of waiting now. That's the wildlife photography. Oh bloody! Oh, I missed that. Talking into the bloody camera. There's two perfect ones just then, and there's another one here. They're good when they land and when they take off, because if you zoomed in when they're in mid-air, it's impossible to grab them. That's like if you had that 300mm lens. I don't know how they do it. That's probably only for wildlife, like animals and bears and shit. But for birds, I got to zoom back, like, you know, just to see the bloody things. Maybe I'm too close. What are these two dickheads doing? I want to kind of go get the cockies, because these bin chickens, they're alright, but they're a bit boring. Hi, Jerry. Jerry! You can't go in the water. I'll only be short. I'm only going to be brief. I'm not supposed to be out this long. Well, I've already gone past the hour. I don't know what bloody rules there are anymore. There's no one here anyway, so I'll just do a quick photo walk. It's the first week of spring, so I thought, me and Jerry, we've got to get out of the bloody house. Hey Jerry, what have you found now, Jerry? You don't like those little blackbirds, do you? She loves these little blackbirds. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, so this is the first week of spring. I'm at Lake Gillawana here in Sydney, and contrary to, it looks like a tip, but it's actually a sanctuary for ibises. Now don't get confused, it does look like a tip, because every time you see... Jerry, what have you found? You don't go in the water, Jerry, it's dirty. Yeah, it's not the most attractive places to take photos, but it's all I got in the local area. Hey Jerry, you want to catch the birdie, Jerry, catch the birdie. Okay, I got all these cockies here. Let's see how close I can get. That's at 400. Jerry, don't lick the lens. Jerry, no! Jerry, no, Jerry! I think they're all bloody breeding. Well, it is spring, I guess. I think this is a breeding ground. Like a bloody orgy. Oh man, you can't get any closer than this. Look at him. Hey Jerry, he's looking at you. Ooh, gotta zoom back for that. Take a photo. First week of spring, and I wanted to practice with my 1-400. Thoughts on first use of it? Pretty good. It's a little bit heavy, but you don't want to be walking around all bloody day with it anyway. So, which is what I normally do with Jerry. So you find a spot, you move to the next spot, you know, and it's good enough. Jerry, if you jump in that water, yeah. So one little trick that I learnt off that guy off Olympus was using the little lever at the back for manual focus and single focus, switching between both of them. I was using the square focusing target area, and then I'd switch to single focus and I'd use the small dot for catching right on the eye. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.
There's an old Australian stockman lying, dying. And he gets himself up onto one elbow and he turns to his mates who are gathered round and he says,